Leica cameras are great, but it's the lighting which makes your photos. As a YouTuber and model photographer, today I'm going to share with you my new favourite toy. It's so good I feel like I'm cheating when it comes to shooting portraits. I'm going to share 5 simple ways to use a Gobo Projector Snoot to get different styles of lighting. I'll share some behind the scenes of how I also use it to light some of my YouTube videos, and then stay with me until the end and I'll share more info about the new Neewer 300 watt LED lights which I'm using to shoot these images. Hey guys, Matt here from MrLeica.com. So first, what is a Gobo Projector Snoot? And it's basically the attachment you put on front of an LED, and it allows you to project different light shapes. I guess the main way to use them is to emulate a window light. So look in the backgrounds of any YouTube videos and there's a good chance a lot of YouTubers are using like these, as I say, these snoots, where they project the fake window light onto the wall behind them to make it look like we have perfect sunlight streaming through the windows. What you'll need for this setup is a Gobo Snoot. I bought one on Amazon, I can put a link to it below. They're actually quite cheap. I've been keen on getting one of these for what feels like years. Best money ever spent. Like, cameras are nice, lenses are nice, but it's the light that makes your pictures. If you've got good light, you can use your iPhone. So you need a snoot. You'll also need a LED high power light to go behind your snoot to project your light. One thing I noticed with using a projector is they do benefit from having a higher output. Neewer reached out to me and said, would I like to try their 300 watt LED light? The most powerful I had currently was 220 watts. So it's like, oh yeah, that'd be perfect for using it as a projection light. The main point of this video is not the light itself, but the snoot. The snoot is the magic. So I'm going to share both the photo shoot where I project light onto the model to give me fake window light. I'll show you using it for product photography or product videos. Then I'll also show you some behind the scenes of YouTube videos and how I'm using it to light some of these videos. Enough chat, let's dive into the footage. Okay, so if we do photo shoots first, I'll show you different types of lighting, starting with the spotlight effect. This is pretty straightforward. It does what it says on the tin. So this is where you have no additional gobos. This is probably a bit too harsh lighting for my normal style of model photography, but I thought I'd include it just to show you how it can look. It is a more stylized look. You often see this used by YouTubers for backgrounds to give them separation. Next, let's do a slice of hard light. This is maybe a bit more my thing. There's various ways to do like a slice of light, but with the Gobo Snoots it's really easy because you can just use the doors. I'll bring up some example photos. So most of these are shot with the, I think, Leica SL2S, and then I just added my preset. They look a bit harsh because I was testing a Lumix lens without a mist filter. Okay, next, the Softbox Effect. So this is often used by filmmakers. And all you do is get like a massive 5-in-1 reflector, or in this case even a small 5-in-1 reflector, and then you just point the light and then that then becomes your window. So by making a strip of light on your 5-in-1 reflector, that turns it into a strip box effect, and then you can get the various lighting. This is softer light as you can see, but there's a few examples. Next, let's do light beams. So this is where, as it sounds, I tried to put some beams across the wall behind the model to give them some separation. I'll share more about that at the end of the video. Perhaps the main reason to get a Gobo Snoot is for the window light effect, as you can see here. So this is me in my usual room that I do my YouTube videos, and then I mocked up like a tent with muslin. Check out my behind the scenes on Patreon if you want to see the full setup, and I can give more information about it. But in terms of the lighting, yeah, I'm just projecting a light across the model and across the background, so it looks like the light's hitting out from sunlight on a perfect day where it's coming through a window at exactly the right time, at exactly the right angle. Obviously in reality that never really happens, so it's great that we can mock our own up just by using the snoot, as you can see here. I've got other lights behind her to give us some separation, but the main light giving most of the effect is the Gobo Snoot. And yeah, again, they're a bit harsh from the lack of mist filter and it being a modern lens, but I'm pretty happy with the lighting. They can see the full room setup and the lighting with and without the Gobo attached. Next, product photography. I'll just do this very quick because it's, again, self-explanatory. It's quite nice to have like a slice of lights going across your area when you're doing product photography, and it just helps illuminate the thing of interest. YouTube videos, obviously as a YouTuber. So if I first turn off the fill light, this is why I need 2 Gobo snoots. You can see I'm using the second snoot here as my fill light through the 5-in-1 reflector. So with the fill light off, my face is now probably darker and you can probably see the sunlight a bit better Let me now turn off the window light. Okay, you can now see that yeah, maybe I was lying with the window light. The light coming through here was not sunlight, it's a projection snoot just up there. Again, here you can see the setup with and without. We've got another small kicker light up here. We've got another small kicker light up here. And we've got another small kicker light over there. Let's check out Patreon to see the full setup. Okay, what can I tell you about these projector snoots? So this one in particular has a double holder, so you can fit two different gobos at once, which are just these little metal slide-in things. I think I got 24 with mine. I think there's also one with 36 or 39. They come in a little wallet. I'll bring up a shot to show you. So you've basically got your lights on the back. You've then got a metal tube. You've then got your gobo, which goes in the middle. You then have your doors. So these are these four little levers. Can you see them acting inside? And so that allows you to get a really nice little sliver of light. Focusing lens. This is your focus control, and it'll either make it sharp or blurry on the wall itself. And then it just clips on by a bow and S mount, as you can see, to any bow and S mount light. Highly recommended. Now, in terms of warning, the biggest warning I can give is actually written on the side, but I know if you're like me, you probably don't read the labels or read the manual. This light gets crazy hot because the heat from the light heats up this bit of metal here and here. Just do not touch this if it's been on for maybe 5 minutes or so. The next point I found is you want to have enough space to use these lights. So as you can see, here's the light maybe 1.5 meters, 2 meters from the model, and the slice of light is quite short on the wall. Here's the light now maybe 4 to 5 meters away from the wall, and you can see the slice of light is much longer. I think in an ideal situation I would want it in a room 3 meters by 3 meters or bigger. Okay, so here you can see the size difference, the 300 watts Neewer on the top here, and a 220 watt small rig light. First thing you notice compared to my smaller lights is it's just really well made. It feels very robust and like very professional grade kit. So you've got your power control on the left, and then you've got another button on the other side, and that controls both your color temperature. This is a bi-color light, which means you can have like blue light or a warmer light. And also, with being a more modern light now, modern lights let you also change the green cast to magenta cast, which is really useful when you're say trying to balance the color of say 2 or 3 different lights. 2500, which is pretty warm. There you go, look, it's going to blow out, but yeah, it's warm. Some of them only get down to 2800. If we press it again, you can now change your magenta green cast. One thing to note as I learned along my photography journey is stands really matter. I started out with like basic stands like the ones you get from Amazon, excuse the mess, and what happens is over time with big lights the head just goes totally loose. The metal bit here, see, it's all taped on. This is because I run out of stands. It goes loose and it doesn't feel secure at all. So I invested in C stands. You can see down here, I've covered these in another video. C stands are just amazing. They're rock solid, and they're just so much better for using big lights like this. So much so I've now got 3. These are tube lights. I'll cover this in another video. Subscribe if you want to learn more about tube lights. So that's the FS300c. As I say, I'll put a link below if you're interested. Despite this being a big light, it does still fit in a camera bag. This is me packing it into a camera bag for one of my location shoots. You can see I've got my snoot, my lenses, my cameras, everything except the light stand, which I carry separately, even the power cable, as you can see. This is a normal snoot. There's not a projector snoot, so it's just a hollow tube. That's a cheaper way to do it, but you don't have all the features of being able to put in your little gobos like you would on a projector snoot, and also you can't change the focus beam like you can with a projector snoot. So these are like a much more advanced version of like a very basic one like this. As mentioned at the start, I feel like I need 2 gobo snoots. You can see me using the simple snoot for some of my YouTube videos as seen here. For more DIY lighting, you can also make your own gobos out of cardboard and then just basically shine a light through it, and that will give you the striped effect on the wall as you'd expect. You can also cut out, if you want like stripes of light like that, so it looks like rays of light. You can just simply cut out some some spikes, again with a bit of cardboard packaging, and then shine a light through it. Here's another way to make rays of light onto a wall, and I use this for my model shoot because again I needed multiple lights that did a similar thing. So this is just Perspex from eBay, and then gaffer tape, and then I just shine my light source at the mirror at the right angle, and then that will spray the light onto the wall behind your model and give them some nice separation. I actually use this with my shoot with Petra. There you can see with the red arrow it was in action. And then these two photos, you can see just sample photos of how it can look, just the effect of maybe light coming through a window or a vent. Links below to all the mentioned products. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next video.